Hey YouTube, it's me, the BBK, and welcome back to the main channel. I'm out of jail, as well as the backup channel. Let's get into it. Hey, and we are back. Oh, it feels so good to be back on my main channel. I missed you guys. I still, hung out with you guys on the backup channel, and it's always fun because we can speak uninterrupted. I had a long day at work today, so as usual, I had a long nap. I guess you can't even call it a nap because it was over 6 hours. Anyway, I wanted to, yesterday, brought you guys commentary on the Tammy Roman sacrifice, and then we transitioned into the Rittenhouse trial and the facts of, how he was acquitted. Um, there is more commentary that I will bring you on a separate video where the feds want to get involved. Now they want to bring him up on federal charges. Um, I want you, again, that's going to be brought to you on a different video, but I want you to be aware that they're focusing on these trials of people getting killed in protests. But again, I will remind you, nobody's talking about the GMAX trial. Ghislaine Maxwell, she was Epstein's mistress and also his assistant in child sex trafficking. Her trial started last week, but you don't hear anyone talking about it. How interesting is that? Don't worry, I'm going to bring you guys info on that. But again, that'll be on a different video. I'll probably bring that later on today. But I want to get back into Tammy, Tammy Roman's proposed sacrifice to take a break, a year-long break from her husband, and for him to go out and find a woman worthy of birthing his baby, carrying his seed, so that her and him can have a baby that has his bloodline in it. Now, yesterday we did a 4.5 hour, almost 5 hour video, and I'm sure a lot of that information got lost. It was at the beginning of the commentary, and then we just went from Rittenhouse into an open chat, and it was a free for all. And I know a lot of times information gets lost in translation when that happens. So I just wanted to come back on here and give you guys some info. We did go back to the Tammy Roman saga, and we went over to her Instagram page, and we went down through her before and after pictures. And I'll tell you why. Because in my video on yesterday, I told you what I heard her say. Now, she did an interview on The Real where she broke down the fact that, she obviously cannot give her husband the child that he wants or the child that he deserves. She cannot give him his legacy. And so she was willing to take a break and let him go off and date other women. Find a woman, get her pregnant, and then come back to her. And there's always a disadvantage when you take breaks from a relationship. See, sometimes it's not as easy and as quick as you think. He'll go out, find a woman, get her pregnant, and come back to you. Sometimes feelings get involved with that break. And, he could go out and find a woman and he could impregnate that woman and he could come back to her. But there could potentially still be feelings. They could develop feelings while he's birthing this baby. And I think the one thing that Tami did not consider is that when he comes back to her, if he will be monogamous in their relationship. Remember, they're married, they're no longer dating. They dated for 7, 8 years and then they married. They took an oath to be faithful to one another and to support each other through life and death. And people drug her so bad. They had so much negativity to say about her explanation on why she wanted to take a year-long break and allow him to have a baby with another woman, that I think they missed what she also stated in that interview, which was, I can't give him a baby. I've tried, and I've tried. We've had several miscarriages. My health is deteriorating. We've seen a doctor. He said my eggs are not worthy, and I just really don't have time. See, she said all of that at the same time she was saying she's willing to sacrifice the solidarity of their relationship for him to be able to have a child. Now, a lot of people say, oh, she's so selfish and she didn't think this through, and that's so stupid. Who would do that? I tell you, a woman that is sincerely and genuinely in love with her partner. That's who would do something like this. It was like a decision of desperation. Because when you really love somebody, the last thing you want to do is invite another woman into your bed, even though there are several relationships in what they consider open relationships where they're okay with another party being added to their sex life. Those people, in my opinion, have decided that they love that man or that woman so much that they'll do anything to keep them. And if it involves allowing them to cheat in front of them, to participate in a polygamous relationship just so that they can mentally believe that they still have a hold on their partner, that's what makes them happy. God bless them. Be free. But that's not really the case. That's, in my opinion, that's just not really the case. Tami said a lot in that interview, and she said even more in the interview on her balcony when she had to do another video the next day to elaborate on her medical and her health conditions, to tell everyone specifically what they've been through with all of the doctors, all of the testing that they did, the freezing of the eggs to find out she only had 6 eggs and they weren't no good either. And one of the things that she feared and didn't want to do was to give this man a bad seed, to bring a child into this world that was not 100% healthy, that may have had deficiencies, that may be special needs, have up syndrome, Down syndrome, you know, autism. See, no one really knows what causes baby to have these irregularities when they're born. And by not being able to pinpoint exactly what would cause these deficiencies or regularities, it's always a catch-22. It's an uphill battle to pray that you can have a healthy baby. See, some of the healthiest people have babies with irregularities. There's no guarantee that if you freeze some sperm or freeze an egg and you activate it, that it's going to come here healthy. There's no guarantee that when you use a surrogate mother, that baby is going to come here healthy. No matter how many tests you do on that person, there's just no guarantee. See, God makes the decisions on what he wants you to have, and God carries you through. Some people are cut out to be parents of special needs kids, but not everybody. Hell, you got some people ain't cut out to be parents of healthy kids. That's just the reality of it. But people missed, I really believe people missed, she is 51 years old and definitely over the threshold of being in an unsafe predicament to try to have a child at this age. She has two very healthy girls who have grown up, they're very mature, and they've gone on with their life. So she was blessed. But her husband didn't seem interested in that sacrifice that she was willing to make. He did not want to go out and date other women so he could have a baby. He is insistent on having a baby with his wife. Now, people can say that's commendable. He really loves her. He wants a child by his wife. Who could ask for more? See, that's the way of thinking of a person that doesn't think outside the box. Because see, knowing what they know in terms of her conditions, her health issues, her unsafe and possibly non-viable seeds make you a selfish person. See, in my mode of thinking, I don't see that as a decision of desperation. I see that as a way of saying, this is what you're gonna have to do, bruh. You're gonna have to go out and get a baby with somebody else. Otherwise, it could kill me. It could kill me and the baby. See, he is the selfish one because he is dead set on impregnating her. And it could possibly cost her her life. When we went through her Instagram photos, we went all the way back to 2018 when she was very healthy. She may have had health issues, but they weren't prominent. They didn't stick out. As her health started to decline, because the people tell me that she has diabetes and had a possible bout with lupus, I thought it was some type of an anemia, like a sickle cell anemia or something along those lines. But they tell me that it's lupus and diabetes. And there is a video that I do have to find where she outlines her health issues. But I didn't want to focus so much on the health issues themselves. I wanted to focus on what I picked up on her offering him a sacrifice and what I picked up on his nonverbal cues that he wasn't interested in finding another woman to have a baby with. See, if you think about the whole thing, she's 51 years old. She's an actress, a producer, a director. She models. She's a singer or a rapper. She's in the industry. You know, she's got her hands in a lot of pots. She doesn't have the time to have a very small baby. Getting pregnant at this stage in the game in her life is a detriment to her because number one, she's too busy. Number two, her health won't allow it. Number three, it would prevent her from being the entrepreneur and businesswoman that she is. It would stop her from flying here, there, and everywhere. Now, I don't know if she's eating the applesauce. I don't know if she's had her shots or not. But if she's done her research, it would be safe to say, especially with her pre-existing conditions, it would be safe to say that she probably won't get it. That would be a safe decision to make. But you know, out of everything that we saw, out of listening to the interview and the conversation on her balcony, I called it a balcony. I don't know, it could have been a backyard, a back porch, it could have been the sun deck. I called it her balcony. But the conversation that she had on her balcony when she went into great details about her health and everything that they've been through, I heard her say she don't want another baby. She wants one with her husband, but she don't want to attempt to try to birth one anymore. And that's a sensible decision to make because she still has two kids to live for. She still has two kids to support, and one of those kids don't are not really feeling him like that. Now, I don't know why, but I would say it's safe to presume, because I don't assume anything. Assuming makes an ass out of you and me. I presume maybe one of the reasons they don't care for him is because he's pushing her to test her health. He's pushing her to have a baby that at this time it's very unsafe for her to do. Now, I'm not going to say that he's wrong in wanting to have a baby by his wife. What man don't? Especially if you love your wife. But at this stage in the game, you got to do something else. Now she knew he wanted a baby when she was dating him. He knew she was struggling to have kids when he was dating her. They both knew that her health was bad, yet they married anyway, knowing that they had an impossible variable in their marriage. And it's unfortunate because if she were to become pregnant and she were to lose her life, what would that say about her husband? Other than the fact he's the next in line for her will, right? He would acquire her 3.5 million, which is what the 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 blogs report her net worth is. They say her net worth is worth $3.5 million. And that's not a lot of money to some people, but I never had 3.5 million. So it's a lot to me. That is from all of the hard work she has put in since she joined the Basketball Wives franchise. See, you have to remember when she joined that franchise, she was not even a basketball wife. I do feel like Shawnee brought her into the fold to give her a chance at an upper hand, to give her a chance at a better life, to see what she made and cut out for a life of the rich and famous. Now, the bad health could be a genetic situation. She could have inherited it. She could have acquired it through bad eating habits. Because when you're busy and you're a workaholic like she is, most of the time you don't eat healthy, if you eat at all. Some people go hours in a day without eating. Some people eat nibble all day. Sometimes there's exercise and there isn't. But when we went to her 2018 photos, she was a very healthy and plump woman, beautiful in the face, not so small waist, and a little bit of junk in her trunk. In 2019, she lost a lot of weight, which we know from her testimony was due to her health issues. She lost weight and then the weight came back. She lost more weight and then the weight came back. But as time went on, her weight dwindled down to a very unhealthy 100 and something pounds. And for her height, she should be much heavier than what she is. Her bones stick out in her neck. And I'm not going to show any negative pictures on here because I'm streaming on both channels. And I know the nanobots is watching. But she is exhibiting bones in her neck and her throat. Listen, she is so thin that when she extends her neck, it looked like she got an Adam's apple. Her shoulders, in the interview on The Real, she had on shoulder pads. I guess that was supposed to add weight to her look, but it didn't. All of the long hair, she's lost a lot of her hair. So she stays in wigs or hats or caps. Yeah, she stays with a wig cap or something on her head because a lot of the voluptuous in the hair tends to not allow you to accentuate her face, and the fact that her jawline is so prominent, that her face is so over, her jawline sticks out, her cheeks are sucked in, they're indented. We're not talking about dimples. While she has dimples, you cannot see them because she's lost so much weight in her face. Tami is a very pretty girl, But sometimes the amount of weight you lose takes away your beauty. We know that from Harpo, right? We remember when Oprah went and had her suction, her procedure, and had a lot of excess sucked out of her. She didn't look right. Oh yeah, she was down to, I'm sure, a size 3 or a size 4. And baby, she wanted us to see it. She had all of her clothes very tight fitting. But she didn't look healthy in the face. Think about when Luther got sick, Luther Vandross. When Luther Vandross got sick and lost all that weight, he didn't look the same either. See, some people look their best when they're healthy or potentially overweight. Like Monique. Monique has lost her weight in a very healthy way. However, she lost so much weight in her face, she doesn't look the same. Now, that was a big, beautiful, voluptuous black woman to me when she was thick, thicker than a snicker. Baby, them cheeks was fat, that face was fat, them lips was fat, that chest was fat, that stomach was fat, that ass was fat. See, some men like a big woman. But she has lost her weight through healthy eating and strenuous exercise. And she shared it with the world. She shared her weight loss journey. I commend her for sticking to it. But that's not Tammy's story. Tammy's story has gone from being a strategic businesswoman and a jack of all trades to a sickly woman struggling to hang on to life. I'm sure she's still got a lot of life in her. And she's yet to receive a grandchild from her daughters, one of her daughters, which is bisexual. That played out on the Basketball Wives. According to her, she was not that happy about it. But you know what? You love your kids unconditionally. Whatever lane or path they choose to go through in life, if it's a path of positivity, you continue to support them and be there with them. Maybe Reggie's just not listening. Maybe he's not paying attention. Maybe his ears are closed and deaf to anything outside of her having a baby. Now, I ain't gonna lie. In the video we did yesterday, I said I believe he is adding to her unhealthy physical and mental condition. Oh yeah, it's mental too. Do you not think it's a mental strain on her for her to know from the gate, from day one, that her husband wanted a child? And she's tried over and over and over again. She's had multiple miscarriages, and either one of those could have took her out, could have took her life. For her to get pregnant now, in the with the health state that she has, she would probably have to be on bed rest. Yeah, she can't handle the businesses. She can't get up and go to the studios. She can't record. She can't act. She's in several productions and shows. Currently acting. Having to get up, be on set at 3:30, 4:30 in the morning, be there all day, sometimes over into the night, leave there and go to another director's meeting to do all of the things. She wouldn't be active. A baby would shut her down. Now, he got a trucking company, and I don't know how successful his trucking company is, but I believe she might be the breadwinner in this relationship. And I think I can say without a doubt that if she were to get pregnant by this man and lost her life trying to give him a baby, her daughters would never let him live it down. And I think they would enter into a legal battle that would destroy her name as well as her legacy. hmm Again, what I heard Tammy say is She's too old to have a baby, and he needs to get a baby by any means necessary other than trying with me. That's what I heard her say. And I agree her wholeheartedly. But she can't just come right out and tell him, look, she tired of trying. She want to live. She got too much stuff to live for. She's got too much stuff lined up in her future to give him a baby. She can't tell him that. She can't. But I can imagine that she is emotionally stressed out, mentally worn down, trying to figure out how to give this man the child that he wants. See, for me, when they were dating and he was pushing the issue that he wanted to have a baby, and she tried to give him a baby and she got pregnant and she lost it, that is an emotional and mental toll on your body, because you get happy, excited, and proud about, experiencing life in the womb, and then to have it taken away so fast, it tears you down mentally and physically. And I think he is not listening. He's not hearing her. He's listening, but he's not hearing her. He's not accepting of the fact she could lose her life. And again, what I heard her say was she wanted to give him a baby so bad, but she's not willing to give up her life. She's not willing to sacrifice herself, her life, for a baby. So since we done tried many times over and over again, we've lost many times over and over again. The doctor done said that the 6 eggs that I got ain't worth a damn. You need to go on somewhere else and find you a baby. And if we take a quote unquote break, then I won't feel so bad about you out there being with other women. See, the way I think she pictured it and envisioned it, it was going to be easy to do. We'll take a break. You know what I'm saying? I'll do me. You go do you. Take the time you need to date, be with other women, find a woman that you think is worthy of birthing your child. And then when she births the baby, we'll be in that child's life. Maybe she'll give him the baby. Maybe they'll have to adopt the baby. But I would think if a woman decides to give him a child, oh, she gonna keep that baby. You're gonna be the baby daddy, and me and this baby, we're gonna live high off the hog. Now, in our conversation in the wee hours this morning, when we were on that 4 hour live, it was said, what if the baby mama decides she wants to live lavish like Tami and Reggie live? She wants a mansion for a home, a Range Rover or a Phantom for a car. She wants to wear designer clothes and do all of the things that they're doing. That could be a request from the baby mama, because let's be real. When you tell a woman that all you want is a baby and they see the position in life that you're living in, they want it too. That's just the reality of it. You can accept it or not, but that is the truth. A former NFL player, you got money saved up. You married a woman who's now a millionaire. You guys are now a millionaire. And you want me to have a baby? I'm going to suck you dry while I'm carrying this baby for 9 months. And when the baby gets here, you're going to be obligated to me for at least the next 18 years unless the child goes into college. I would think with this sacrifice that she has made to him in private and now made it public to the world, I would think they have outlined the fact that there's going to have to be a contractual obligation associated with this sacrifice. Otherwise, they could get taken to the cleaners real easy. I hope that God has her destined to live as long as she deserves to live, as long as she desires to live. I hope that she does not allow this man to push her into a death sentence of trying to get pregnant with the kid again. I hope she does not lose her husband to her desperation of wanting to give her a baby. And I hope that if he should have a baby with another woman, that their family can co parent and they can be intertwined with the least amount of resistance, including her daughters. I wish only the best for Tammy Roman. I'm praying for you, my love. I'm praying for the sanctity of your marriage. I'm praying for the uh, commitment that you exhibit. Hey, Mr. YouTube Streets, I'm praying that your health gets better. And I'm praying that this man is not trying to kill you with the baby, because that's how I feel. May God bless you and carry you through whatever you desire for the rest of your life. Y'all be good. That's all I got for you. Thank you for coming. Please like the video or nah, whichever way your spirit leads you. We would appreciate it. Remember, thumbs up or thumbs down. It's still engagement, and we welcome it all the same. Y'all be blessed and have a happy Sunday.